Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Don Michaels, and I'm the director of the University Honors Program. On behalf of the honors faculty and staff, I would like to welcome you to our Fall 2018 recognition ceremony, which marks the 61st year of the honors program. Today's ceremony is a time for us to celebrate and to take pride in the accomplishments of this extraordinary graduating class. At this time, I want to introduce the members of the Platform Party, the Honors Faculty Council, and the Honors Faculty. I will ask each person to stand and remain standing through the introductions. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. First, the Platform Party. Diane Burton, Assistant Director. Beth Condon, Guest Speaker. Dr. Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs, and Leslie Taylor, Vice President for Enrollment and Access. Thank you. Be seated. The Honors Faculty Council serves as the program's advisory committee for courses and program of study. It consists of representatives of the 8 colleges, university libraries, and a student representative. The members are Jane Stewart, Chair, Candace Tsai, Assistant Chair, Stuart Cottrell, Rose Henschel, Jennifer Krafchick, Margarita Link, Nancy Levenger, Carmen Manoni, Rob Sika, and Kayla Ashland. The heart and soul of the honors program are the faculty who teach the seminars in the honors curriculum. The members of our faculty are Denise Apodaca, Andre Archie, Chris Becker, Ellen Brinks, Joseph Brown Jr., Mark Brown, Carl Burkhart, Jerry Callahan, Hai Sung Chung, Lee Cooper, Stuart Cottrell, Ashley Davies, Andrea Duffy, Melissa Edwards, Chuck Elkins, Mary Elkins, Peter Erickson, Kevin Foskin, Francie Glissenfer, Aparni Galapudi, Rose Henschel, Dana Hogue, Sonia Hollingsworth, Brian Hull, Keith Jaggers, Dave Johnson, Clara Keat, June Kim, John Kitchens, Jen Krafchick, Melinda Latourie, Carmen Lopez Ramirez, Anne-Marie Merlin, Janice Moore, Andrew Norton, Carlos Olivo Delgado, Michael Ponte, Ursula Quillman, Yana Radek Cottrell, Doug Shefflin, Mark Simmons, Jeffrey Snodgrass, William Timpson, Mary Van Buren, Pam Von Knaus, Nicole Vieira, Vicki Volbrecht, Emily Wilson, and Sarah Zwick Tapley. All honors students complete a senior honors thesis. The student works closely with a faculty advisor, usually over a period of 2 semesters and often longer. Our students would agree that their success is due largely to the dedication of faculty in mentoring our students. Would the honors thesis advisors here today please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Our guest speaker today is Beth Condon. Beth graduated from CSU and the honors program with a BA in Arts and Humanities in 2002. She worked in the honors program for 2 years before continuing her education at Oregon State University, where she earned her master's in counseling. She returned to Fort Collins and has been a school counselor for the last 13 years. Beth is now the drug and alcohol counselor at Fort Collins High School. Please welcome Beth to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Well, you did it. You did it. Good job. You are sitting here today as recent, proud, relieved graduates of the Colorado State University Honors Program, with your family and friends and professors here to celebrate your achievements. Some of you may have gotten here in 3.5 or 4 years, and some of you maybe a little bit longer, but nevertheless, you will have this achievement forever. I am incredibly proud and excited to get to speak to you today for just a few minutes about some lessons I learned in the University Honors Program that I've taken with me into my career and in my personal life. I loved honors so much that I had a very, very hard time leaving. I attended my first honors seminar as a very wide-eyed, naive freshman in the fall of 1998. And I fell in love pretty quickly with the small group style of learning where inquisitive and critical thinking, it was valued, it was promoted. I went on to be an HP 192 facilitator for 3 years, although I have no idea if you call it HP 192 anymore. That was the freshman seminar in those days. And I hung out in the honors office in Newsom Hall, which no longer exists, a little too much, to be honest. And after I graduated in 2002, I was really unsure what was next, as many of you may be, but I knew I would figure it out, and luckily, honors was there. They offered me a job, and I worked here for about 2 years. I browsed graduate schools, I searched my soul. I was not really sure what I was going to do, and I knew I would figure it out eventually, and the honors staff was always there for me. I finally decided to pursue my master's in counseling at Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon, and I set off for that next adventure. I did my graduate work in the area of school counseling, but I graduated in December, which is a really hard time to find a job in the schools. And again, honors was there. So I came back and I worked in honors for about 7 months in the spring and summer of 2006 before I got my first job as the counselor in Milliken, Colorado, out east, Milliken Middle School, where I started my career, and I was there for 12 years. And now I want to tell you a story that means a lot to me. I want to tell you about a day I had my very first year as a middle school guidance counselor. I love my profession. I still love it today, but I especially loved it that very first year. I was eager, and I was young, and I was excited, and I was ready to help hearts and minds. But every day I would walk into that school a little nervous and a lot unsure about what the day would hold. One particularly memorable day sticks out to me. Every morning I had breakfast duty, so I would start the day early, like 7 o'clock with the kids at breakfast. And one day, Mrs. Cook, 6th grade science teacher, came up and told me very solemnly, with her eyes very large and obviously very sad, that Teddy had passed away the day before. And at the time, we had an 8th grader named Teddy, the only Teddy in the building that I knew of. And so my heart sank and my eyes got very big, and I clasped my hand to my mouth, and my whole body was kind of taken over with that grief that you feel when you've heard that somebody has passed. And Mrs. Cook must have realized really quickly that I assumed that poor 8th grade Teddy was the victim in question, because she quickly assured me that it was actually Teddy, the 6th grade class guinea pig, that had been found lifeless in his cage the day before. Now, for you to understand my next reaction, it's important that you understand a very silly and strange fact about me. Since I was a little kid, my entire life, I have a deathly allergy to guinea pigs. My system shuts down, hives cover my entire body, my throat closes. It's a bad situation. It's ER. It's like straight to the ER whenever I touch a guinea pig or I come in the vicinity of one. So as you can imagine, I shed very few tears about the passing of poor Teddy. But Mrs. Cook asked if I'd be willing to come to her 6th grade science classes and conduct some grief and loss talks with her students. And I had learned a lot about grief and loss in graduate school. And this was my first year on the job, and I felt very well trained in this particular area of counseling. However, I never considered that I'd be using these skills while supporting 11-year-olds after the passing of their precious class guinea pig. But what I quickly learned was that these little people had developed a real attachment to Teddy, and they needed somebody to be present, and they needed somebody to be reassuring. So I stayed in Mrs. Cook's science classes until lunch, and then I took a break. During my lunch break, something else happened. I experienced my first ever suicide assessment as a school counselor. Since then, I have experienced many suicide assessments over the years. At that time, an 8th grade girl came in and she sat down and she recounted some very horrific experiences from her childhood. And she revealed to me that she had a plan to take her life that evening. My training and adrenaline kicked in, and for a couple of hours, I went about the assessment and evaluation process. Parents needed to be called. Emergency therapy for that evening needed to be coordinated. I needed to make sure that there was a plan for counseling when she returned to school. And it was a momentous time for me because I had been trained in this area and hadn't yet used it. But then the last period of the day, I ran back to Mrs. Cook's class and finished out the day giving my final grief and loss talks with the 6th graders about poor Teddy. So this was a day that sticks out for me because I think it was the very first time I really, truly understood that honors and graduate school had not given me every bit of content I needed to know how to solve every problem, but more importantly, had taught me the most vital lessons. And you too have learned them. You may not just realize it yet. So much of your success in your future careers will not always be what you learned at CSU and in the honors program, but how you learned it. First, be a team player. I remember getting to the honors program in 1998 and feeling a little out of sorts because I had been a big shot in a very, very small high school. And I realized quickly that I was not the smartest person in the room. Being approachable and helpful and generous of time and spirit are important. Roll with the punches. When you are new and green and young, be open to learning and agreeable to tasks that may be outside of your comfort zone. Treat the small projects and scenarios and meetings with as much respect and energy as you treat the large ones. There will be times you have to prioritize certain important big objectives, but when you are dealing with or contributing to the smaller scale objectives, be present. Be generous with your ideas and open to others and fully there. Through the honors program, you've likely had many small, intimate classes and lots of group work. I remember lots of group work. And you will not only take what you learned in those environments, but how you learned it with you. In the workforce, you will have Teddy the guinea pig situations that may seem less important than other high stakes challenges, and they may be less important. But those situations are probably important to someone. You will earn the trust and confidence of your colleagues and your supervisors if you treat every situation, every project with respect and openness and kindness. See a need, fill a need. It is likely that at some point in your career, in the workforce, even if you have a big job, you will have a job description that in addition to very specific tasks will say other duties as assigned. And be the person that fills the need. Don't be the person that waits for someone else to fill a need that has to be done by someone. Enjoy the learning process. Honors taught me this. I did not want to take honors physics, that honors physics class. I had to take it to get the Distinguished Honors Scholar my senior year. I'd been putting off that honors science class, and I took it. I did not want to necessarily complete my honors thesis the very same year I decided to study abroad. But falling into those learning experiences was so good for me, and it was good for you too. You are ready to keep learning. Whether you are finished with schooling for now, or you have 2 to 8 more years of schooling ahead of you, there's no way you will know everything entering the workforce. And there's beauty in that. 13 years into my career, and I can say that most days I learn something new. There are know-it-alls in every organization, on every school staff, and in every lab. Even when you're a seasoned veteran of your profession, I encourage you to be that person who's confident and intelligent and engaging and critical thinking and all those things that honors has taught you to be, but don't be the know-it-all. Be a team player. Be present. See a need, fill a need. Enjoy the learning process. As you get out there in the world, remember that these years at CSU and in the honors program haven't just taught you content, but also character. And never, never underestimate how far your character will take you. Thank you so much for having me. It has been a real treat for me to be back at CSU and with the honors family.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
It is an honor having you with us here today. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the honors program, I want to present you with this plaque recognizing you as guest speaker for the fall 2018
I really appreciate
recognition
it.
ceremony.
Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite Leslie Taylor, Vice President for Enrollment and Access, to the podium to give an overview of the honors program.
Thank you, Don. I would also like to congratulate you all and congratulate the friends and family. What a great day to be here with your students as they're taking this critical next step in life. Our University Honors Program began in 1957 under the leadership of Professor Willard O. Eddy. His first seminar on Leo Tolstoy, I always struggle on that one, provided a challenging and enriching education for the university's top students just like you. That seminar was a small class, and it included interdisciplinary approaches and one-on-one interactions among the students and faculty. And those are the exact features that remain in our honors program here at Colorado State today. The program has grown from those 15 students in 1957 to nearly 1,700 students today. And from that first seminar taught by Dr. Eddy in 1957, 48 faculty now teach honor seminars. In 57, 7 women were in the program, and women now comprise over 71% of our honor students. The honors curriculum offers 2 integrated programs of study, 124 interdisciplinary seminars, and over 200 honor sections of CSU courses. Students who complete the required Honor Scholar Core and achieve at least a 3.5 GPA receive the Honor Scholar designation on their diplomas and on their transcripts. So that's something that's going to stick with you the rest of your lives. The Senior Honors Thesis enables students to engage in a process of discovery and creativity under the mentorship of some of our very best faculty. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to some of those titles that came up during the slides. They were kind of overwhelming. I was like, wow, our students are doing some pretty amazing things. And I'd love to talk to them about what some of them meant. Our honor students also have the opportunity to live in the honors residential learning community and spend a lot of extra time together, which I think definitely enriches their experience as well. Thank you for having me here. It's quite an honor to be here with all of you, and I want to congratulate you one last time.
Now I would like to invite Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs, to the podium to give a profile of the fall 2018 graduating class.
It's my pleasure to be here with you. Congratulations to all of you who have supported these distinguished graduates and graduates. Great congratulations to you. Hope you enjoy the celebrations ahead of you, not only today, but as the future rolls forward. Although this fall's 41 honors graduates comprise less than 3% of CSU's graduating seniors, our students have earned 18% of the university's Latin Distinction Awards. This year's honors students earned 4 of the university's 15 summa cum laude distinctions, which are awarded to the top 1% of the graduating seniors. We are also pleased to have 4 students earning magna cum laude distinction and 11 earning cum laude distinction. The average GPA for this semester's honors is 3.71. We have 8 double majors and 14 students who have completed at least 1 minor. I want to pause. Give them a hand. It's easy to lose track in the midst of a narrative that presents numbers and percentages. Would you take a minute to look, as I'm privileged to look right now, at these young people and think about what that means to represent 18% of a class, to have those distinctions, to have that GPA? Well done. Our graduating seniors have served as honors peer mentors, residence assistants, admissions ambassadors, and student leaders on campus during their years at Colorado State University. Finally, in spite of their extremely busy schedules, they still manage to participate in study abroad at 7 times the rate of non-honors students. Will the fall 2018 honors class please stand and receive our recognition? Thank you. Please be seated.
Now, the moment we have been waiting for, the awarding of the Honors Medallion. Today's graduates are candidates for university and/or department honors scholar designations. Diane Burton will announce the name, major, and academic distinctions of our graduates. The program describes the 2 honors designations and lists the honors senior thesis title and the faculty advisor of each student. So Diane, you want to come up?
All right, so I think you've already figured this out, but I was going to give you instructions, which apparently is unnecessary. I'm also going to make an apology. Our program is off in terms of Latin distinctions, so there are some mistakes in that program. We've corrected those, we hope, for the students that are here. So when I announce the name, the student's major, and other information, I'll give you the correct Latin distinction if we've had that corrected, okay? So apologize for that. Okay, first, Tamaya Yulo. Oops, sorry. Economics honors scholar, economics major, and political science major, cum laude. Sydney Barrett, university honors scholar, business administration major with a marketing concentration, with certificates in market research and data analytics, and marketing communication and branding, with an economics minor. Kayla Sue Bass, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology honors scholar, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology major, with wildlife biology concentration, summa cum laude. Nolani Benedict, microbiology honors scholar, microbiology major. Jacob Berg, biomedical sciences honors scholar, biomedical sciences major, cum laude. Leslie Bowie, biomedical sciences honors scholar, biomedical sciences major. Emma Dahl, University Honors Scholar, Economics major and Political Science minor, magna cum laude. Marina Dart, Biological Science Honors Scholar, Biological Science major with Biological Science concentration and Spanish minor, summa cum laude. Angela Davies, Psychology Honors Scholar, Psychology major with Industrial Organizational Psychology concentration, Business Administration major with Human Resource Management concentration, and Applied Statistics minor, summa cum laude. Ariana Delgado, I'm sorry, I'm sorry about this. Delgadeo, right? No, I'm sorry, Delgadillo, thank you. She actually even told me how to pronounce it and I messed it up. Sorry about that. Psychology major with clinical counseling psychology concentration. Peter Dickerson, University Honors Scholar, Biological Science major with Biological Science concentration and Japanese minor. John Duffy, Psychology Honors Scholar, Psychology major with General Psychology concentration, cum laude. Anna Ike, Human Dimensions of Natural Resource, Honors Scholar, Human Dimensions of Natural Resource major, Conservation Biology minor, magna cum laude. Jordan Fleming, Biological Science Honors Scholar, Biological Science major, and Biological Science concentration. Aaliyah Gerlich, University Honors Scholar, Journalism and Media Communications major. Rachel Nicole Fishman-Lentz, University Honors Scholar, Political Science major with Environmental Politics and Policy concentration, and Environmental Affairs and Legal Studies minors, summa cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Lopez Maurer, Business Administration Honors Scholar, Business Administration major with Organization and Innovation Management concentration, with certificates in entrepreneurship and leadership in organizations and sports management minor, and very honest, because we actually had her listed as summa cum laude and she corrected me and said no. Kudos. Michaela Maldonado, Biomedical Sciences Honors Scholar, Biomedical Sciences major, cum laude. Marissa Mullins, University Honors Scholar, Zoology major, cum laude. Hannah Plater, University Honors Scholar, Business Administration major with Human Resource Management and Organization and Innovation Management concentrations, and Leadership in Organization certificate, magna cum laude. Cassandra Rouser, Sociology Honors Scholar, Sociology major with Environmental Sociology concentration, summa cum laude. Shay Russell, Business Administration Honors Scholar, Business Administration major with Accounting concentration, cum laude. Victoria Sullivan, University Honors Scholar, Biomedical Sciences major, cum laude. Rachel Surratt, Psychology Honors Scholar, Psychology Major with Clinical Counseling Psychology concentration, and English minor. Vivi Tran, University Honors Scholar, Biomedical Sciences Major with Behavioral and Cognitive Neuroscience concentration and Neuroscience Major. Luke Wernert, University Honors Scholar, Physics Major with Physics concentration and Mathematics minor, cum laude. Rachel Wertheimer, University Honors Scholar, Equine Science Major. Jessica Wilburn, University Honors Scholar, Human Development and Family Studies Major with Prevention and Intervention Science concentration, cum laude. And that concludes my portion. I just want to say personally, I will miss each and every one of you. Thank you. It's been a privilege.
We'll all miss you. Congratulations, graduates, on your outstanding accomplishments. Your future prospects are boundless. We wish you success as you face the challenges that lie ahead. It is our hope that the honors program has helped you become better people, and that it has equipped you with the skills for a productive, meaningful, and happy life. In closing, there are several people here who have contributed to important ways to the honors program. I do want to acknowledge our interpreters this afternoon for the hearing impaired. I especially want to thank the honors program staff for their help in organizing this ceremony. Judy Bryant, Diane Burton, Siobhan Pontius, Lori Williams, and Katie Dorn. And once again, thank you to Beth Condon for an inspiring address. And finally, graduates, there is one more group to thank, and those are your biggest fans. Please stand. I want you to stand and acknowledge the support and encouragement of your families and friends who are here today. Thank you. You may be seated. So, our ceremony is concluded. Please join us for refreshments in the back of the hall, and then enjoy this very special weekend with your family and friends. It's been great having you here. Good afternoon.